Hi everyone, good morning. Welcome to the session of DevOps. Can you see my screen everyone? Can you hear me? Am I audible? Online guys, can anyone confirm? Fine. Yeah, so it's already 7:04, right? So let's get started. Still people are joining. So anyways, we have a recording, right? So let's get started. Fine. Yeah, everyone, welcome to Harsha Trainings. So this is introduction to DevOps. Okay, so this is a DevOps demo. Yeah, so before going to agenda, let me introduce myself first. Okay, yeah. So this is a multi-cloud with DevOps master program. It is a master program. Fine. So my name is Ram. I'm having 16 plus years of experience in IT and teaching experience 6 plus years. Okay, and my skill sets are Java, Windows, Linux, DevOps, AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud. So these are the skill sets. Okay, yeah. So this course is master program, so which is a multi-cloud with DevOps, not only AWS, not only DevOps. Here this is a multi-cloud with DevOps. So here in our course, three clouds will be covered. So in our course, three clouds will be covered: AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud. So along with these three clouds, DevOps fully covered, right? So nearly 14 tools will be covered in DevOps. So currently, whatever popular tools are there in market, all the tools will be covered in the course. DevOps tools like Git, Jenkins, Maven, Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, and Grafana, Prometheus, right? SonarQube, Nexus. These are all popular tools, right? So these are all tools will be covered in our course. Fine. Yeah. So today's agenda here is, before going to this, let me start my video here. Everyone, can you see me? So is it visible? Can you confirm, anyone? Can you see me, everyone? Fine. Yeah. So today's agenda here is, what are the prerequisites to join DevOps and AWS, right? So if you want to learn DevOps and AWS and multi-cloud, so what are the prerequisites? And also, who can join this course? So who can learn this? And course information, and instructions to attend the course. What is DevOps? What is automation? Why the project teams are looking for DevOps and cloud platforms? Currently, why? So this DevOps and cloud is very popular in the market. What is role and responsibilities of DevOps engineer in real-time projects? And also SDLC, software development lifecycle. So these are all we can discuss today. Fine. Let us go with one by one. Fine. So what are the prerequisites to join DevOps and cloud platform? What are the prerequisites? Okay. Yeah, here, so no prerequisites to learn DevOps and AWS and other clouds. Okay. No prerequisites. So anyone can easily learn DevOps and cloud. Anyone can easily switch to the DevOps and cloud platform. Okay. Yeah. See here. So if you want to switch to DevOps and cloud, so your time, 3 months, daily 2 to 3 hours you need to spend your time. So you need to dedicate for 3 months, at least 3 months. Our course duration is 3 to 3.5 months. Okay. So you need to dedicate at least 3 months, your time required here and your effort required here. So daily basis, everyone should practice, right? So people are doing like, so weekends only they're practicing. That is not good practice, right? So every day, daily basis, at least 2 to 3 hours, if you practice, within 3 months, you can easily crack your interview, and you can easily switch to the DevOps role and cloud role. Fine. Yeah. Next one. See here, your dedication is very, very important here, right? So every day, 1 hour live class should be attended. Everyone should attend the live class daily, 1 hour. So after that, at least 2 hours you need to practice. So you need to spend at least 3 hours, 1 hour live class and 2 hours practice. So if you follow that, within 3 months, you can easily switch to the DevOps and cloud role, and you can easily switch, crack your interview. So cracking interview is very simple, very easier. But so to perform the activities in real time, that is very important, right? So once you get into the project, so we'll get challenges, tickets, roles, responsibilities, right? So if you want to, if you want to switch into the DevOps role, so if you want to perform, so you need to dedicate, at least 3 months, your time required, your effort required here. Okay. So once you get into the project, so definitely we'll be having KT, right? So after that, you need to start working on the tickets, requests, and automation and the cloud infrastructure activities. You need to perform, right? So that is why we need to first 3 months in our course. These are very, very important, right? So AWS will be covered, DevOps will be covered, Azure also will be covered, and Google Cloud also will be covered. So most of the cloud services will be covered. Nearly 42 services will be covered in AWS. So architect level, solution architect level. So our course is designed here. Okay. Yeah. So the services, whatever services we are discussing in our course, so those are the real-time services in real-time projects, whatever activities we are performing daily basis, right? So whatever challenges, whatever day-to-day activities, so everything will be covered in our course, right? So first 3 months, so you need to dedicate, right? So you need to spend some time, and your effort is required. So if you follow this, definitely you can easily crack your interview. You'll get into the DevOps and cloud project. Fine. So who can join this course? Who can join this course? See here, IT employees like developers, testers, support engineers. So they can switch into DevOps and cloud role from their current role, right? So IT employees, they're switching. Why they're switching to DevOps and cloud role? Developers, testers, support guys, why they're switching currently? So because currently automation is the number one choice. What is automation, anyone? What is automation, anyone? Guys, anyone having idea? What is automation? What is automation? Anyone? Yeah. I give you unmute option, wait for some time. So if you know the answer, you can ping in the chat. Okay. Yeah, I give you time for asking questions. I give you unmute option, wait for some time. Okay, because the recording will be disturbed. So that is why, so wait for some time, note down your questions, and you can ask me. So when I give mic enabled, okay. Yeah. So automation is nothing but currently whatever manual activities we are doing, day-to-day activities like deployments, code movement, code merging, code pulling, code pushing. So these are all we can do in automated way. By single click, we can merge the code, we can pull the code, we can push the code, we can deploy the code. So which is automation, right? So automation is a number one choice currently. Everywhere automation is number one choice, right? So not only IT industry, everywhere like pharma industry, chemical industry, medical industry, automobile industry, everywhere automation is the number one choice. So one of my friend is working with Reddy Labs. It is pharma company. They are using Kubernetes. One of my friend is working with medical industry. They are using Jenkins. One of my friend is working with automobile industry. So they are using Docker, right? So currently these tools are very popular. By using these DevOps tools, we can automate the activities. Fine. So IT employees can switch. IT employees, so developers, testers, support engineers, they're switching their current role to DevOps role and cloud role. And the non-IT guys also, so like civil engineers, mechanical engineers, pharma background, right? So they're switching their current role to DevOps and cloud role currently. So in our project, so one guy is a civil background, construction field, okay? So is in the project, right? So they're switching their current role to DevOps role. So one guy, so B Pharmacy. So he did B Pharmacy. So currently he's in Cognizant, right? So in my previous batch, so he learned DevOps and he switched to IT industry, right? Yeah. Next one, freshers, like 2024 pass outs, 2023 pass outs, 2022 pass outs, right? So even 2021 pass outs also, they are switching to the directly current this DevOps and cloud role. So freshers there currently started. Okay, so still recession is going for not only for DevOps and not only for cloud. So every technology, right? So yeah, recession is going, but currently freshers are having some openings. Experienced guys also having some openings for DevOps and cloud. Recently, in my previous batch, one guy cracked the interview. His name Ramesh, with very good package. He's fresher, 2023 pass out. So 6 lakhs package. Okay, yeah. Even though people who have some career gap also can join DevOps and cloud. So if you have any career gap, so don't need to worry about how to fill that gap. I guide you. I prepare your resume. I yeah, give you all the interview questions, how to follow, how to attend the interview, how can we deliver our skill sets. So these all will be covered. Okay. So I prepare your resume. So and I give you all the guidance and how to present our skill sets, how can we perform in the projects, how can we work on the day-to-day activities, challenges, everything will be covered in our course. In our course, everything will be covered. Okay, yeah. So these are the four important things. So who can join this course? Okay, IT employees, non-IT people, and also freshers. The people who are having some career gap also can learn DevOps and cloud. Fine. Next one, course information. Yeah, so our course is multi-cloud with DevOps. Course name is multi-cloud with DevOps, which is a master program, right? So every tool will go deep dive. Every cloud service will go very deep dive, right? So not only installations, configurations. So every configurations, every automations will go very deep dive, right? And trainer name, my name is Ram. I'm having 16 plus years of experience in IT. So this course duration 3 to 3.5 months, right? And class frequency Monday to Friday 1 hour daily, and sometimes Saturdays also will be covered. Saturdays also, right? Weekend workshops will be there. We can yeah, we'll be having weekend workshops. Sometimes weekend 2 hours, right? So class duration 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. IST daily, and a class mode classroom and online. So both are same timing. And a course material for every topic I provide you soft copy document, right? And class videos, backup videos will be provided 1 year access. So course fee, it's a 20k, 20,000, right? Yeah. So because this is multi-cloud, 3 clouds will be covered: AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. Fine. And also instructions to attend this course. You required one laptop or desktop is mandatory with 8 GB RAM. So you have to attend daily class, daily live class for 1 hour, 1 hour, and daily 2 to 3 hours you need to practice, required practice. Okay, and daily weekly task, monthly task will be provided. Okay, so you need to perform that. So whatever activities we perform in real-time projects, so those will be provided here. So real-time challenges, real-time activities, right? So in our course, 15 live projects will be covered. 15 live projects. Okay. So in that you will get a very good hands-on. So everyone should attend the live class. So if any emergency, for example, so you have some emergency, right? So you miss the class, you need to go through the recording. Daily recordings will be provided. So immediately the same day you can follow the video so that you can easily cope up. So our course starts from very scratch level, right? So even non-IT guys, freshers also, they can easily understand. So what is server, what is network, what is switch, what is router, what is load balancer? Very basic level our course will be started, right? So after that, slowly we'll enter into AWS platform, right? Once AWS is completed, we'll jump into DevOps. Once the DevOps tools, everything is completed, after that we'll jump into Azure and Google Cloud. So while working on AWS, And yeah, while working on AWS, so Linux also will be covered, shell scripting also will be covered. Linux also, we required 50 commands nearly, that commands and what is Linux, what is the operating system, so Linux architecture, folder structure, user management, right? What is kernel, what is the shell, so these all will be covered in Linux. Clear, right, everyone? Yeah, before going to DevOps introduction, so anyone having any questions, you can ask me now. I give you unmute option. So if you have any questions, you can ask me now. You can ask any questions if you have any questions, guys, online guys, even classroom guys also. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Any questions up to here, anyone, about course before going to DevOps introduction?
Yeah, so for AWS cloud, is it going to, I mean, for some certain level, it is going to cover, or it is going to cover the basics?
It is not basic. Okay, so AWS course architect level, solution architect level, the course will be covered. Solution architect, nearly 42 services will be covered. So whatever services we are using in real-time projects, all the services will be covered, not basics. So only AWS takes nearly 40 days. Only AWS, it takes 40 days. Very deep dive. We'll go very deep dive.
Okay, yeah, thanks. That's what.
Any other questions, anyone?
I have a question, sir.
Yeah.
Can we clear AWS certification, like solution architect certification with this course?
Yes, yes. So with this course, AWS Certified Solution Architect Associate level and a professional level, both the certifications you can easily clear. So if I give you guidance to how can we clear the exam and how can we attend the exam, right? So I provide you dumps. If you need any support to clear the exam, definitely I provide you support also.
Okay,
If
sure.
you want me
Thank you.
to use support to clear the exam, definitely I provide you support. Yes.
Sure.
Any
Thank
other
you.
questions?
Yeah, hi sir. You're
Yeah,
covering
Venkatesh, go
only
ahead.
AWS or Azure also, sir. But you're starting with AWS only or Azure?
Yeah, first we start with AWS. Before, yeah, once complete the demos, so we start basics, servers, networks, basics. Once the basics completed, so after that we'll jump into AWS, right? After that DevOps, after that Azure, after that GCP, Google Cloud Platform. This is the sequence.
Okay, first
While
we are
working on
starting
AWS
with
services,
AWS.
yes, yes. First to service, first platform is AWS. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Sir, how depth you will be covering Azure?
Yes. Once complete the DevOps, then we'll jump into Azure platform. Azure services, core services will be covered. All the core services. Yeah, go ahead, please.
So,
Others.
yeah, hi, this is Ravi here. So, if
Mhm.
we, what are the courses we're covering here, like AWS, Azure, and GCP? So,
Mhm.
after this one, we can go with the any one of the platform, like as a DevOps, or we can try in all the cloud cloud DevOps. I mean,
Good question. So currently, so most of the organizations they are using at least two cloud platforms. Most of the organizations, at least they are using two cloud platforms, either AWS and Azure, AWS and GCP, or Azure GCP. So one of my student recently cracked the interview in Lloyd's. Lloyd's is one of the product-based company, very good company. So in Lloyd's, they are using Azure and GCP. Okay. Yeah. So we designed multi-cloud with DevOps because every organization they're asking at least two clouds. If you learn these three clouds, multi-cloud, you can fit with any project. You can handle any activities, any tasks, any platform you can work on. Yeah. Go ahead, please. Any other questions?
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Go ahead, please.
Is in the DevOps all topics going to be covered like the Docker,
Yes.
Kubernetes, Jenkins,
Yes,
and
I'll show
everything is
you.
covered.
Yes, yes. DevOps, we will go very deep dive. We'll show you the
Okay.
tools which we're going to work on. Every tool
Uh-huh.
will go very deep dive. Kubernetes, Docker, Ansible, Terraform, Jenkins, Maven, Prometheus, Grafana, SonarCube, Nexus. So these are all very popular tools. Every tool will go very deep dive.
I mean the Terraform's also the new one, so that
Yes,
is going to be covered.
yes, yes. Terraform also will be covered. Yes. I'll show you the tools. Okay, wait for some time.
Okay. Okay. So, the same thing with the AWS also.
AWS 42 services will be covered nearly. Nearly 42 services, which are very core services, which are very
Uh-huh.
important services.
Okay. So, I mean that it's you people are giving any live projects on these topics. So
Yes,
we are working on the live server and the live project, something like that.
yes. 15 projects will be covered in our course, like CSCD
Uh-huh.
project, Kubernetes project, Docker project, Jenkins projects. So 15 projects will be covered. Those are very important.
I mean that those are the real-time project or else any
Yes.
practice project. What kind of it is?
Real-time projects only. So whatever
Oh.
projects we are having in our course, those are real-time projects. If you
Oh, okay.
practice that, if you work on
Mm-hmm.
that, you get very good hands-on.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay, thank you, sir.
Uh,
Uh,
one more question.
Yeah, go
Uh,
ahead, please.
so if we complete this course, okay, I know it's a DevOps.
Mhm.
So I mean, we can go into a different level, like as you said, okay, previously, architect level, and the sysops, like okay, and our Azure cloud team, I mean, cloud DevOps teams. So
Mhm.
what other kind of opportunities will be available? Like I
Right.
mean,
Yeah. So once complete our course, at least you can showcase in your resume 3 to 4 years experience. In your resume, minimum you can showcase 3 to 4 years experience once complete our course. If you are a fresher, you can showcase very good knowledge, right? So freshers will not have any experience, right? So experienced guys, so in my batches, even managers, leads, directors, and architects also joining, right? In my previous batch, one of the student is named Subramanyam. So is senior manager. He's working with one of the MNC company, Microns, right? So even director also, Sudhir Reddy, one director joined in my previous batch. Okay, so they are working in DevOps projects, right? Yeah, so minimum 4 years you can showcase in your resume once complete this course. That level of training will be provided. Not only basics, not only installation, not only configuration. Okay, so every automation activity we perform in our course.
so I mean, my question is not. I mean, what are the opportunities will be available?
Right, very good. Yeah, so you can apply on AWS Architect, you can apply on DevOps role, right? So you can apply on for example, so yeah, different requirements, right? So company to company, project to project. So some companies what they ask, so only Azure admin required. So few companies they are asking AWS DevOps role. So Azure DevOps, even Azure and DevOps also can apply here. So because DevOps is DevOps everywhere, right? You can, yeah, 3 clouds will be covered in our course along with the DevOps. So you can fit with any role here. You can fit with any role here. So
Okay.
whatever services we're covering here. Yes.
So you said sysops also,
Yes. Yes.
sysops administrator also. So are you
SysOps also.
going to teach? Are you going to teach the administrator content also in this one, DevOps, or generally it will be part of the course?
So actually, we don't call it as DevOps admin. That is not role. DevOps engineer. So DevOps engineer role is automation, right? So cloud engineer role is infrastructure creation and management. So we
Okay.
don't call it as cloud admin. We don't call it as DevOps admin. DevOps engineer, cloud engineer, right?
Yeah. So
So
cloud
yeah,
engineer will perform the administration task, and the DevOps will perform the.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That is admin role. That is not admin role, right? So admins already gone. System admins, server admins, Linux admins, and storage admins, backup admins. These roles already gone, right? We are cloud engineers, right? So
Yeah.
why I'm telling cloud engineer here? So because we don't use any physical data center currently, not using any physical data centers, right? So the people who are managing the physical data centers, they are admins currently. So all the infrastructure, all the applications are migrated to cloud platform.
Yes.
So cloud vendor will maintain the data centers. As a cloud engineer, as a DevOps engineer, what we will do? Virtually we can connect our data centers and we can create the resources and we can work on automation activities.
Okay, so
Clear?
you mean to say cloud engineer will perform the backup activities, server storage,
Everything,
build.
everything but virtually only. Virtually. So it is a cloud in cloud. Yeah, it is very easier, very simple way we can manage the infrastructure and automation activities.
Okay, got
You
it.
can apply for SysOps or anything. Any role you can apply. Okay. So
Okay.
this is completely automation and a cloud role, not a developer role.
Okay.
So AWS role is different, right? That is different. We are not developers. So in AWS and cloud, so we don't require any developing. We don't require any coding part. We are not developers. Zero coding, no coding.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So DevOps, you don't have any cloud. Okay, it's more with the tools and the with the administration task. You mean to say?
Yes, we don't require any coding part here. We don't need any developing background here. Don't require any testing background here.
Oh, okay.
So it's automation and also cloud infrastructure management. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank
Sir, I have a question. So
Yeah.
currently, for DevOps engineers, they're asking even coding like Python or Java, if you know any language. Will any knowledge be provided here, like basic knowledge of coding, like how to debug the issues in Jenkins and all?
Yeah.
Can that knowledge
Good
be provided?
question.
Yeah.
Good question. That is not coding part. That is scripting.
Okay.
Scripting is different. Coding is different. Okay.
Oh,
So in our course, shell scripting will be covered. Shell scripting will be covered, and also YAML scripting will be covered, and also one more scripting, which is Jenkins file Groovy scripting will be covered. So these are very simple scripts, very user-friendly scripts. So all the scripts are available in the tools only. So how to pull the scripts? How can we customize as per the requirement? How can we reuse? I'll show you clearly. So while working on the Jenkins, I'll show you Groovy script. While working on Ansible, we'll discuss about YAML script. While working on Linux, once complete the Linux, we are going to work on shell scripting.
okay.
Okay, so three types of scripting will be covered here in our course. So those are enough to you. So we don't require any coding part. Coding is different, scripting is different.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sir, actually, you told you are covering AWS 42 services, something else. What about Azure? You told 4 or something only.
Yes, I provide you course content. Don't worry. Okay, you can go through the course content. Okay, Venkatesh.
Okay. Actually, why? Because I'm working, sir, already in
Mhm.
Azure only.
Hmm.
Is there so many services are there? If you are covering AWS only, then what about Azure? I'm just thinking.
Even Azure also, yeah, fully covered. Don't need to worry about Azure also. I'll provide you course content. If you go through the course content, you will get better idea. Okay,
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir,
fine.
as the course content means you'll be having a knowledge as AWS, or what's the difference between course content? Course content
Yes.
only means how far you will
AWS
cover.
service. Yeah, in course content, we design course content with all the AWS services, Azure services, GCP services, along with the DevOps and Linux also. Yeah, so most of these tools will be covered. Most of the AWS services will be covered. Most of the Azure services will be covered. So as per the real-time projects requirement, right? Whatever requirements we get in real-time projects, all the services will be covered in our course. Okay, so that we design the course content I provide with you. So don't worry. So wait for some time. Okay, fine. Yeah. Now let's go back to DevOps. DevOps introduction. So you can note down your questions. If you have any questions, wait for wait for just a few minutes. Okay, I give you time for asking questions again. Okay, yeah. So what is DevOps? If anyone asks you this question, what would be your answer? So people are asking, what is DevOps? Okay, so if anyone asks you this question, what would be your answer? Yeah, so DevOps is not a tool, right? It is a set of practices that combines software development and IT operations. Combination of software development and IT operations. Okay. Yeah. So where the multiple tools are connected to each other to perform automation of all the activities. So what is automation? So the manually whatever day-to-day activities we are performing, those we can do in automated way. Fine. Yeah, so it's a continuous deployments, continuous integration, continuous testing, and continuous monitoring. What is deployment? What is integration? What is testing? What is monitoring? We will see in further slides. Okay. Yeah, let us go with a little bit history of DevOps. DevOps arena started nearly in 2008. It is not new process. It is very old process. DevOps process is very old process. So it was started in 2008. So by the time we used to use very old tool which is Puppet in 2008. So DevOps started. So by the time we used one very popular tool which is Puppet. So Puppet is not fully automation tool, right? So currently we are using 100% automation tools which are like Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, right? Jenkins, Maven, Git. So these are all very popular tools, 100% automation tools, right? Now here we have two sections, developer point of view and operations. What is developer? The people who are developing the code, the people who are developing the applications, so we can call it as developer, right? So operations are nothing but a collection of all the servers which are hosted in the data center, right? What is data center? Anyone, what is data center? Data center is a server room, right? So where we host all the servers, where we host all the backup devices, where we host all the network devices, where we host all the storages, switches, routers, right? So yeah, operations are nothing but server room, servers, right? So where we host all the servers, fine. Now let us take small project here, Java project. So if anyone want to start the project, Java project, so very first thing they required server setup, right? So if any startup company or any organization or any project, if they want to start any project or if they want to start any development activity, so they required server setup, right? So we will prepare the servers, server admins, right? Yeah, so when we talk about servers, we have different types of servers are there. Development servers, UAT servers, pre-prod servers, production servers. So why we require this many types of servers here? Because so once the developer develop the code in development servers, so the code should be tested on UAT. After that, we can test on pre-prod. Finally, the code will be moved to the production and we can deploy onto production. Okay. Yeah. So these are the environments: development servers, UAT servers, pre-prod servers, production servers. Okay. So developer develop the code and admins prepare the servers. And what is our role as a DevOps engineer, as a cloud engineer? We automate the activities. Okay. We work on infrastructure activities. Fine. See here. So three developers are working on their local workspace. Three developers are working on their local workspace. What is workspace? Where we start our development, where we start our work. So developer, where they start the development, which is nothing but local workspace. So these are the local desktops, we can say. Local desktops or laptops, you can say. So developers, they start their development in their local workspace. Once development is completed, what they will do, they push the code to integrated servers. So for example, in our project, 10 developers are there. Okay. So 10 developers are working on same requirement, same application development. Okay. Yeah. So one guy is developing front-end UI, right? Second one is developing backend. Third one is working on databases, and others working on plugins, patches, fixes, right? So the code will be once they started working on the local workspace. So once completed the development, they push the code to integrated servers like development servers, UAT servers, pre-prod servers, like this, right? So currently we are using Agile methodology in real-time projects. We are working on Agile methodology. So what is Agile? Anyone having idea? What is Agile? Agile is a parallel development. So before Agile, we used to use waterfall methodology. Waterfall. What is waterfall? Sequential development, right? So in sequential development, development will not move forward, right? So yeah, middle of the activity, any fixes happen, any issues happen, development should be stopped in sequential development. But parallel development, Agile methodology. So parallelly, front end, back end, database, applications, patches, right? Parallelly, so developers work on the development activity. So that parallel development, we can call it as sprints. In Agile methodology, we create the sprints, right? What is sprint, anyone? Sprint is a timeline, duration, right? Sprint can be 1 week to 1 month, right? Yeah. So as per the sprints, developers start the development. Fine. So this Agile methodology sprints we'll discuss later, right? While working on DevOps tools, I clearly explain what is sprint, what is Agile methodology, what is waterfall methodology, how the sprints will be designed, how sprints will be allocated, right? So these are all we can go through very deep dive. Okay. Yeah. See here. 3 developers are working on their local workspace. Once development is completed, they push the code to development servers, UAT servers, pre-prod servers, right? So here a developer develop the code, testers test the code, DevOps from one environment to other environment. This is one of the DevOps engineer role. So DevOps engineers, what they will do? They move the code from one environment to other environment. That is one of the role. Along with that, automation activities. So we can automate the activities. We can work on tickets. We can work on day-to-day activities, right? Fine. We are talking about code movement, right? So by using DevOps tools, how can we move the code? By using DevOps tools, how can we move the code, right? So here, these are the local workspace. 3 developers are working on their local systems. So they started working on development activity. Once the development is completed, so yeah, here we are talking about local Git. So developers are working on local Git. Okay. So local workspace we can configure as a local Git. So basically, what is Git? What is Git? Git is a repository tool or version control tool. Git is a repository tool or version control tool. So in local Git, once development is completed, they push the code to remote repository, which is GitHub. So local Git, remote Git, both are same. Both are same functionality. So local Git is a local repository, remote Git is a remote server. Okay. So Git is a repository tool or version control tool. What is repository? Where developers store the data, which is nothing but we can call it as repository, right? Version control system. What is version control? What is version control? So version control system track the changes, right? So 10 developers are working on development application development activity. So who is doing front end? Who is working on back end? Who is working on database? How can we track? Who is doing what? How can we track? So by using version control system. By using version control system, we can track the changes, right? So who is doing what, we can easily track. So once the development is completed in local, they push the code to remote repository, which is GitHub. Once the code is moved to GitHub, our next tool is Jenkins. What is Jenkins? Jenkins is a CI/CD tool, continuous integration, continuous deployment tool, right? Yeah. So in DevOps, we have multiple tools are there. All the tools are individual tools. One tool will not communicate other tool. Here, Jenkins is a mediator tool. It will communicate all the tools. It will integrate all the tools by installing plugins. Okay. So Jenkins is a very core tool. It is a very important tool in DevOps, right? It will act as a mediator. It will integrate all the tools. It will communicate all the tools by installing plugins. What is plugin, anyone? What is plugin? Plugin is a package, right? For example, my code is available in GitHub. So I want to pull the code from GitHub to Jenkins. If I want to pull the code from GitHub to Jenkins, so for very first thing, we need to install one plugin. We need to install one plugin on Jenkins. So once install the plugin, Jenkins will not communicating with the GitHub. After that, what we will do? We can create a job and we can trigger the job. So once we trigger the job, the code will be pulled from GitHub to Jenkins. Whatever code we pull from GitHub to Jenkins, which is a raw code, we can say a raw code. Raw code will not understand by application server, Tomcat server or JBoss server. So we cannot directly deploy onto Tomcat server or application server, that raw code. So that is why we are integrating one more tool, which is Maven. So Maven is a build tool. Maven is a build tool which will generate artifacts. What is artifact? So archive file, like jar file, war file, ER file. So based on the application development, Maven, what Maven will do? It generates artifacts. It generates artifacts, right? So once Maven is generated artifact, that artifact will be given back to the Jenkins. So Jenkins will push that artifact to target server, application server. So here in application server, we deploy the war file, jar file, ER file. Clear, right, everyone? Up to here it is clear, right, everyone? So this is we can say build and release process. We can say build and release process. So every organization, every project team, they're following this flow, right? Currently, Agile method, in Agile methodology, every project team, every organization, they're following this process. Okay. Clear, right? Up to here, any questions here, anyone? Up to here, it is clear, right, everyone? In Agile methodology, so we are using build and these are the tools. So we integrate all the tools like this. We are using this flow, build and release process, right? So manually we don't push the code, we don't pull the code. So by using Jenkins only, you can operate all the activities. Clear, right, everyone? Yeah. Any questions up here? You can raise your hand if you have any question. I give you time for asking question. Okay. So normally, whatever code developed by developers, they push the code to GitHub. Once the code is moved to GitHub, Jenkins take the code and convert to one war file, jar file, ER file, and give it to Jenkins. Jenkins push that code to application server, and we deploy the code on application server. Right? So for example, in your laptop, you have 100 documents are there. PDF documents are there. I asked you to send those documents to me. What is the simplest way to send those documents to me? How can you send that documents to me? Anyone? You have 100 documents are there. I asked you to send those documents to me. What is the simplest way to send those documents to me? How can you send? So instead of attaching all the documents to the email, you can convert into one zip file and attach to the email and send it across, right? So the same way, same process will be happened in the Maven also. Maven is a build tool. It takes raw code from Jenkins, convert into one war file or jar file or EAR file, like zip file, binary file. So that war file, jar file, EAR file, that is artifact, we can say. That artifacts will be understood by application servers. Once converted into artifact by Maven, that will give back to Jenkins. Jenkins push that artifact to application server. Here we deploy the artifacts. Clear, right, everyone? Everyone clear, right? Any questions here? Anyone? You can ask me if you have any questions. Is it clear to you, everyone?
Sir, I have a question. So,
Yeah, go ahead, please.
is there any substitute tool for Jenkins, or in every organization we use only Jenkins as CI/CD tool?
Yes, yes. We have other tools also, but Jenkins is the very popular tool. 70% of the project teams, they're using Jenkins. Okay. If you learn Jenkins, you can handle any other CI/CD tool.
Okay, thank you.
So we have TeamCity, other tools also there, but Jenkins is very popular tool. Most of the project teams are using Jenkins. Okay. Any other questions, anyone?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Actually, for Java, we are using this Maven tool in Jenkins. What about this Node.js and the remaining is also using
Maven
it. That
supports
also you will
Maven.
cover.
Yeah, Maven supports any language, any technology. Maven is very popular tool. So most of the project teams, they are using Maven also. Jenkins, Maven, Git, these are all very popular tools. So if you learn these tools, for example, in place of Maven, you have Ant, other tool is there, Ant, for example. So
Yes.
if you know Maven, you can easily handle other tools also, right? Yeah. So for example, you are working on Maven currently, right? So get into the other project. So in the other project, they are using other tool. Definitely you'll get KT. Okay, so all the tools are same, all the tool Maven and these are all tools same. Yeah, terminology would be a little different, terminology. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, any other questions?
Sir, I have other question. So you said like GitHub is like source code repository tool. So even I heard like GitLab. Recently, I'm hearing GitLab as well. What exactly it is? Is it something different from GitHub?
Right, good question. Yeah, fine. So GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, these are all repository tools. GitHub, Bitbucket, GitLab, right? So we are going to work on Git and GitHub. If you learn Git and GitHub, you can easily handle GitLab, Bitbucket also. So all the tools are same. So for example, in our course, we have multi-cloud. If you learn AWS, if you are good in AWS, you can handle any other tools, any other platforms, Azure, Google Cloud also. But terminology would be little different. For example, you are good in driving. You have some vehicle, four-wheeler. You can drive any car, right?
Yeah.
You have some vehicle, four-wheeler is there. You can drive any car. Some features are different, right? So same way. So if you know GitHub and Git, so you can handle Bitbucket, GitLab also.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sorry. Yes, yes, yes. Same functionality, but so terminology like the terminology little bit different. Okay, so functionality wise, all the services are same, all the platforms are same, cloud platforms, right? Yeah, go ahead, please. Any other questions? Fine. Now, see here. So Maven convert into one artifact and give back to Jenkins. Jenkins will push that artifact to respective target servers. Here we deploy the artifacts. Okay. Yeah. Now see here. So this is the flow, and so currently we are using very good automation tools which are Ansible, Chef, and Puppet. Puppet we are not using currently. Chef also 10% of the project teams only using. Most of the project teams they are using Ansible. What is Ansible? How can we automate the activities? How can we work on Ansible? How can we prepare ML scripts? How can we automate the activities while working on Ansible? We'll go very deep dive. Okay. So this is the Ansible examples. Okay, Ansible architecture. While working on Ansible, we'll go very deep dive Ansible. Okay. So this is the automation process. Fine. So even Ansible we can integrate with the Jenkins. Ansible also we can integrate with the Jenkins. So even Kubernetes also we can integrate. Every tool, any tool as per the requirement, we can integrate with the Jenkins. So if you want to integrate any tool with the Jenkins, we require a plugin. That's it. You can install plugin. Once you install the plugin, then Jenkins will start communicate with the respective tools. Okay. Yeah. See here. In our course, these are the services will be covered. AWS Cloud, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Platform, Linux basics will be covered. So 4 sessions will be covered Linux. Okay. So Git, GitHub, Jenkins, Maven, Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, Apache Tomcat, shell scripting, Grafana, Prometheus, SonarQube, 15 live projects will be covered in our course. These are the service tools, DevOps tools. 3 cloud platforms will be covered in our course. So these are the Linux modules. Nearly 4 hours Linux will be covered, right? So what is architecture of Linux, Linux folder structure, Linux origins, what is the operating system? So file system hierarchy, right? Linux commands, basic commands, deployment commands, advanced commands, filter commands, editors, user management. So these are all will be covered. These are the tools we are going to work on. So Jenkins, Git, Maven, Apache Tomcat, SonarQube, Grafana, Prometheus, right? Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform. These 4 tools are very, very core tools, very advanced tools. Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform. So currently, online shopping is very popular, right? Because of Docker and Kubernetes. Okay. So when we book any product, or else when we book any groceries, within 5 minutes, within 10 minutes, we are getting. Why we are getting? Because they have very good infrastructure is available backend like Docker containers, Kubernetes, right? So that is why the process is very faster currently, right? Yeah. So every tool will go very deep dive here. Okay. Along with this, 15 live projects will be covered. 15 live projects. Okay. On AWS and DevOps and Azure also, some projects will be covered. Okay. So we are going to learn this many tools, but we don't use all the tools in the real-time projects. Okay. So this many tools we are going to learn, but we don't use all the tools. 2 or 3 tools only maximum. Every project team. So project to project. For example, so in our project we are using Kubernetes and Jenkins. One of my friend is working with Wipro. They're using Ansible only, right? One of my friend is working with Cognizant. They're using Terraform and Jenkins. So like that, 2 or 3 tools. So every project team they use 2 or 3 tools only, right? So as per the project requirement. So projects, every project they don't use all the tools. Okay. Yeah. Along with these tools, at least one or two cloud platforms, either AWS and Azure, or AWS and GCP, or Azure GCP. Right. So what kind of support we get? You get, right. So daily recordings will be provided. FAQs will be provided. Frequently asked questions. Supporting documents will be provided. Sample projects will be provided. Resume support. I prepare your resume, and technical support will be provided. Mock entries will be conducted. Certification support also will be provided. Right. Right. See here. So these are the numbers you can take down. This is institute number. This is my number. This is my personal number. So trainers, they never give their personal numbers, right? From Harsha Trainings, we give our numbers. We can take down everyone. So these are the numbers. Okay. So if you have any more questions after this session, you can call, you can WhatsApp me, or you can call me after 10. So back-to-back sessions I have. So 8 o'clock one session is there, 9 o'clock one more session is there, right? So after 10, if you want to talk to me, you can call me or you can WhatsApp me. We will discuss if you have any more questions. So this is institute number. So everyone take down this number and you can send one message like I attended first demo, so that they provide you recording and they provide you course content, other documentation. Okay. So can you ping your WhatsApp number and email address in the chat, everyone? Everyone, can you ping your WhatsApp number and email address in the chat? So my mobile number already provided, which is 96422 So this is my mobile number. In the chat I ping you. So everyone, can you provide your WhatsApp number, email address, so that our people provide you all the documents and recording and course content. Can you ping here in the chat, everyone? So you can message this number. I attended a first demo. Could you please provide recording and course content and document? So our backend team provide you recording, documents and course content. So this number is my personal number. You can take down, everyone. So if you have any more questions, or if you have any confusions, or if you want to talk to me, you can ping me, you can call me. Okay. Yeah. So now you can open up. If you have any questions, you can open up now. I give you time for asking questions. Everyone, can you provide your WhatsApp number, email address in the chat? Yeah. Now you can ask your questions. Whatever questions you have, you can ask me now.
Hi, sir. This is Narayana.
Yeah. Go ahead, please. Yes, Narayan.
I just want to know what is the difference between Azure DevOps and normal DevOps?
Right. So DevOps is DevOps everywhere. DevOps is DevOps everywhere. So DevOps is a automation, right? So DevOps is a set of practices. So everywhere DevOps is DevOps. Okay. But so difference here is platform. Difference here is platform. AWS DevOps is, so we can work on AWS cloud. Azure DevOps is, we use the Azure platform, right? So in our codes, 3 platforms will be covered, right? So all the platforms are same. So for example, so this is AWS platform. This is AWS cloud. This is Amazon Web Services, AWS, right? This is Azure platform, right? And GCP. So all the platforms are same functionality wise. Terminology would be a little different. So this is GCP. Okay. So in AWS, nearly 42 services will be covered. Even Azure also, whatever core services are there, those will be covered. Even GCP also, right? So if you learn these three platforms, you can easily crack your interview, can easily cope up in the project. So you can learn AWS DevOps or Azure DevOps. DevOps is DevOps everywhere. Okay. Yeah. So three platforms are there. DevOps also covering here. We are going to cover so that you can fit with any project. Clear, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
I think in Arena. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So the tools are all same, right? That normal DevOps and Azure DevOps. I got some information that the ADO pipeline and everything is different than
Right. Good
normal
question.
DevOps.
Good question. Yeah. So Kubernetes, Docker, Ansible, Terraform, Jenkins, these are all same for both the AWS DevOps, Azure DevOps. In Azure DevOps, so they have few proprietary tools also. Proprietary tools means Azure tools. Those will be covered in Azure DevOps. Okay. So same functionality wise same. Functionality wise same. Right. The differences I'll show you while working on Azure. The differences I'll show you. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Any other questions, anyone? Yeah. So today is the first demo. So tomorrow also one more, not a demo tomorrow. So tomorrow cloud introduction. So what is cloud? Why cloud? Why the project teams are looking for cloud platform, cloud infrastructure? So why the project teams are moving their applications to cloud? So what is cost saving? Why the cloud is very popular now, right? Why we are using cloud infrastructure? Why we are not using physical infrastructure? Okay. So what are the advantages? What are the jobs available currently in the market? So those we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay. So don't miss the session tomorrow. So tomorrow also you can join using the same meeting link. Okay. Classroom guys, you can attend classroom only, and you can attend online also. Don't worry. So vice versa. So online guys can come down to classroom. Classroom guys can attend online also sometimes. Okay. Yeah. So tomorrow also same link will be work. Okay. So WhatsApp group already created. So every batch is having one WhatsApp group. Okay. So currently 86 batch is going. 86 batch is going currently. See here. Uh, these are the batches. 86 batch, 8 batch is going. So our batch is 87 batch. Okay. So 85 batch going, 84 batch. 3 batches going currently. So our batch number is 87. So every batch is having one WhatsApp group. So 87 batch group also created, right? If you are interested, you can make the fee and you can add into WhatsApp group as soon as possible. So in the group only we provide you all the information. Okay. So if you want to talk to me, you can call me, WhatsApp me. And while practicing, for example, while working on any services, cloud platforms or DevOps automation activities, while practicing, if you have any questions, you can post into the group like this. See here, people are posting the screenshots in the 86 batch, 8M batch. So screenshots here. While working on while practicing, if you have any questions, you can post in the group like this, screenshots. Fine. So every batch is having minimum 25 to 30 members minimum. Okay. So in our batch also minimum 30, it would be 30 minimum. Okay. So today few people not joined, so maybe tomorrow they'll attend. Okay. So minimum 25 to 30 members will be there minimum. Okay. Fine. So if you have any more questions, you can WhatsApp me, call me. So tomorrow same link will work. Okay. Don't miss the session tomorrow. So tomorrow we are going to work on we are going to work on cloud introduction, which is very, very important. Fine. So we can wind up here. If you have any more questions, you can reach out to me. You can WhatsApp me, you can call me. Fine.
Any lab instructor will be there, sir, when we are trying to do
Yes. Yes. One instructor is there. Yes. lab instructor is there. One guy is there. You can come down. You can bring your laptop while working on AWS services and DevOps services. You can sit here and you can practice. Okay. So here in third floor we have lab, complete lab, third floor. Okay.
So through
Yeah.
online, if you are connecting through online, he will be providing the support.
Online support. What support you require? Online support.
So while configuring or while we are doing any
So
practice session at the time.
you will be having recording, right? You'll be having recording, right? Document will be there, right? You can go through the recording and you can practice. If you are facing any issues, you can take the screenshot and post into the WhatsApp group. Every batch is having WhatsApp group, right? So in the group, already people whoever practice, they give you response, or else I give you response. You understand, right?
Okay.
So it is not one-to-one support, right? It is not a one-to-one session. It is batch. We have batch group. Fine. So
Yeah,
I'll give you
fine.
definitely. If anyone need any challenge, if anyone having any challenges, definitely I clear your questions. I guide you until you get the job. Okay. But so group is there. You need to post the screenshot in the group. Fine. Yeah. So we can wind up here. So tomorrow also same link will work. Fine. Yeah. Thank you all.